a survivor. As we go through my story, you'll see why I am absolutely for this movement of survival stories because of my journey. So, survival mode for me, being a mother, is trying to paddle with the water like right here sometimes and having to navigate being a mom of a boy and a girl that's going through their growth spurt and development challenges.
It's just us showing up and doing what we can when
Mm-hmm.
we can while trying to manage every other area of our lives.
I felt big. I felt cold, definitely to a bigger purpose. So I said, whatever's out there, and find like whatever, wherever, however, I just need to get out. I was very much alone for most of my journey. And my family didn't understand it. They didn't understand why I had to go so far to achieve this career that they never heard of. I'm like, I'm going to revolutionize Bermuda, and every door was shot in my face, right? Because again, who am I with this new concept coming to this small island? Digging within, finding who you are at the core, and being relentless and holding on to that and not letting go until something breaks. And hopefully it's not you, but you have to be rough and tough with life because it is rough and tough with you and it's unapologetic.
I was
Mhm.
seeking contentment and I wanted to create a path of my own. But as a result, that path was very lonely.
So he attacked me. And it was a brutal attack. In front of the attack was so brutal that it actually woke up my children. They were very small at the time. And it was like, okay, this wasn't the first attack, right? But it was the first attack that I didn't fight back. And literally, that moment when he looked at me, and you know, when people say you see something in somebody, and I looked into this man's eyes and I literally saw the devil. And I'm like, I am enough. And I tell my God, you will get me out of this house tonight, and I will never look back. I was way more valuable than any demonic force that came to kill, steal, or destroy me.
We leave, there is this sometimes naivety that everything kind of just falls into place. What people don't recognize is that post-separation abuse is a real thing. When I left my first husband, he stalked me for nearly 2 years. And that was with a restraining order. The person who we become in order to survive the circumstances we're in is
Mm-hmm.
not the same person that eventually thrives.
No.
But oftentimes we don't challenge that because we get settled into our circumstance. We kind of forget who we are as a result of the things that we go through, right? Being
Mm-hmm.
able to decide as of today, this is who I am. This is what I accept. These are my boundaries. And being
Mm-hmm.
able to operate from that space is key. And it's also incredibly liberating for us
Mm-hmm.
to get to that stage.
If you do not take time for yourself to know not necessarily who you are at that particular moment, but to go back to the little girl, that broken little girl, and hold her, figure out who she was, figure out what she needed to be strong, to be brave, to be kind.
I became the woman I needed as a child. But because of that, I learned when you operate in your fullness, it makes people uncomfortable. And when they're uncomfortable, they label you.
It's human nature, really, if you look at it. It's human nature for us to want to fit in. That's where greatness lies. That's how you get to becoming great. That's, you can, through the history of time, anyone that has ever achieved anything would have had to pass that barrier from fitting in to stepping out, to just saying, I am who I am. Take it or leave it. And that's it. That is the secret to success.
The audacity to be authentic
Authentic.
is that's
Absolutely.
it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the formula. It's nothing else.
There's so much more to life than fitting in and keeping everyone else around us comfortable, or even just ticking the boxes that everyone says that we need to tick.
If you're going through trauma, trauma is bad enough. Trauma is bad enough, right? Abuse, trauma, all of those things is bad enough. But to be stuck in it and to hold on to it for an extended period of time, it continues to eat us from the inside out, right? So we have to be able to take a moment and just look at ourselves, whether you literally physically have to sit in a mirror. I mean, sit in front of a mirror and look yourself in the eye and say, you are enough. But I'm here. I'm still cute. I'm still bouncing. I'm still living my life. Because life is freaking hard and stuff comes at us and we just have to keep on going. We weren't designed or fashioned or shaped to be stuck in life. We were built to serve, we were built to love one another. We were built, we were born to be more than what this society has given us.
Who am
Mm-hmm.
I beyond this person that got stabbed? Who am I beyond this person? I didn't know who I was. And a huge part of me healing and growing is defining that without ties, without expectation, unapologetically. We need to walk as if every step we're about to take is going to create an avalanche, right? Because the sole reason why we're here is to change the world. It's
So
not to suffer. It's not to just exist.
we have a mandate. If we want to be better people, we have a mandate to ourselves to protect ourselves. They might do it to us, they might do it around us, but it's what we do to ourselves at this particular point because we're old enough to make these decisions, right? Who are you really? When you take off the mask, like when I go here this week, will come off, the makeup will come off, everything will come off. You know what I mean? So who am I really? Who do you need to be in
Mhm,
order to be you, the real version of who you are?
mhm.
Write a letter to yourself, dated January 1, 2026, and you create a story for yourself from now, and you write that story for yourself for 2026 as if you've already living in it. If you don't create a plan and a path and a purpose for yourself, no one's going to come and save you and do it for you. Nobody's going to get you out of where you are. You have to do it for yourself.
But here's the truth. You're not broken. You're just unfinished.